Hello everyone, I'm Batpan, a bat who really loves dark forests. If you've played Fears to Fathom, you probably remember its cool interaction system. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at how to recreate something like that in Unity. This is actually part 1 of the series, and once the other parts are out, I'll drop all the links down in the description for you. So for the function, we're gonna kinda grab an object, hold it just like in Fears to Fathom, and then place it somewhere else. Simple and fun. This video will be part of 2 playlists, one for Unity tips and tricks, and another where I explore cool functions from the game Fears to Fathom, which you can actually check out through the channel. I also use the version of the system in my own retro horror game Fractured Psyche, so if you're into retro horror games, feel free to check it out. There's a link below. As always, all the files used and created in this video will be available on my GitHub with a download link in the description. With all that being said, let's put on the mask and begin. So I've set up a very simple scene here. The thing we have to do, I created blue sphere that we gotta take and a place that we gotta place the blue sphere. So we're gonna take it from here and place it there. We're gonna do it like Fears to Fathom. In this video, I'm gonna create the interaction function, taking it from here, holding it in our hand, and then placing it there. But in the next video, we'll probably cover creating multiple objects and placing them on the desired place. And we'll also create the audio for taking and placing the object. When we take this object, we want to hold it in our hand until we place it here. For that, I'm actually using the first-person controller from the Unity standard assets, which actually has a player and a camera. I want to put this sphere onto my camera. I'm going to do it the easy way, so I'm going to right-click on my camera. I'm going to create an empty object. I'm going to call it object holder, which is going to hold our objects. I'm going to put its transform at 0, 0, 0, so it is at the exact same spot as our camera. Then I'm going to select the sphere. I'm going to right click, duplicate. I'm going to call it blue sphere or held. I'm going to unparent it from this, cube. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make it a child of the object holder, which I can do by dragging and dropping it onto the object holder. With my blue sphere held selected, I'm going to make it transform 0, 0, 0. So it is exactly at the same spot as the empty game object we created called object holder, which is again exactly at the same spot as our camera. So I'm going to select it, move it a little bit forward. I'm not going to put it here, so I'm going to put it a little bit like here, down, which actually lets us hold it. We can even make it smaller when it's in our hands, so maybe make it smaller when it's in our hand, so it actually looks like we're actually holding it like Fears to Fathom. So by default it is actually deactivated. We don't have it in our hand. We'll activate it once we take the object. When we take the sphere, we're gonna deactivate this one as well. First of all, we're gonna interact with the sphere, and to actually be able to interact with this object, like I said in my previous interaction videos, we need to give this one a tag, which you'll actually understand in the following minutes. But I'm gonna create the tag here. With your sphere selected, go to the tag section and click on this add tag. Click on this plus. I'm gonna call it blue sphere. I'm gonna click on save. Be careful, it's not set yet, so you have to again select it. Go to the tag section and give it the blue sphere tag that you just created. I'm gonna go to my placement where I'll actually place the blue sphere. I'm gonna again go and create a tag, add tag, click on this plus. I'm gonna say place blue sphere. I'm gonna save it, again select it and give it the tag. If you see, once we take that object and put it here, it has to show up here. So again, I'm gonna select this, duplicate it. You can duplicate by holding control and pressing D. I'm gonna call it paste blue sphere, and I'm going to rename this one to blue sphere so we know they're different. I'm going to make it a child of the placement, this one, and again I'm going to put it at 0, 0, 0, or maybe 0, 0 and the same height as this one, so it is up here. By default it is not here, so I'm going to deactivate it so we can't see it. So we're gonna take it, hold it, and place it here. With that said, I'm gonna create a folder. I'm gonna call it scripts. I'm gonna create a new C# script. I'm gonna call it Fears to Fathom Interaction System. Double click to open it up. So in here, we need some references. The first reference we need is a reference to the blue sphere that we have to take. So the first reference we need is to this sphere, so we can take it. Once we take it, we deactivate it. Then we need a reference to the sphere held in our hand. Then we need a reference to the sphere placed there, so we can activate and deactivate them. So I'm gonna create 3 references. Public game object. I'm gonna call it BS, which is short form of blue sphere. Take public game object BS held, which means it is held in our hand, and another public game object BS placed, which is the blue sphere placed. Let's create an interaction system first, like I did in my lots of videos that I created before. So for the interaction system, we actually need a boolean to actually see if we can interact or not. So I'm going to create a boolean. I'm going to call it can do job, which is equal to true by default, which actually means we can actually interact. Inside for update, we're going to say if can do job is equal to true. If we can actually interact, we go ahead and interact. To actually be able to interact, we need to shoot a ray in front of us, something invisible that will be shot from the direction of the camera to forward. If it actually hits some object with a tag that we've given, to actually make it more beautiful and make it more realistic, I'm going to create an interaction text that I actually use in my own game Fractured Psyche. You guys can actually download it with a link in the description if you like retro horror games. I'm going to create a UI legacy text. I'm going to put it at center, and I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to make it like 25 is a lot, 15 is okay. And for the color, I'm going to make it reddish. You guys can actually read it. I'm going to empty the value. So once we are looking at the, for example, blue sphere, it says take the sphere, for example. We need a reference to this text as well. So to be actually able to reference the text, we're just going to say using Unity engine.ui up here. So we can actually take a text value in here. We're just going to say public text. I'm going to call it interaction text. Let's go ahead and create the interaction system. We'll actually need to shoot a ray that I said, an invisible ray. So shoot a ray. I'm going to call it ray 1, which is equal to new ray shot in a direction from the transformed position, the object's transform, which is actually the camera. So because we're actually going to give this script to our camera in a direction of forward. So transform.forward. Then I'm going to create a ray cast hit. The object is going to hit. I'm going to call it hit 1. Then down here, I'm just gonna say physics.raycast is gonna take a ray value and it's gonna take an out hit value. And I'm gonna give it a distance. So I'm just gonna say ray 1 for the ray value, out hit 1 for the hit value, and it's gonna take a distance. I'm gonna give it 10. We can actually interact with a distance. Then inside here, we're gonna say if the thing we hit actually has a tag of, for example, blue sphere take or blue sphere, place or door or anything. So we're just gonna say if hit 1 dot collider dot compare tag, which actually searches for a tag. So the tag we created, let's go ahead to the tag section. So for the placed blue sphere, we actually give it a tag of blue sphere. So we're just gonna say blue sphere. One important thing is you have to write exactly the same letters. The capitals and the small versions should be exactly the same as the tag you create. We either hit a blue sphere or else if hit 1.collider.compare tag, or we hit, so we're just gonna give it exactly the same thing, place blue sphere. If we hit anything else, we just want our interaction text to be empty. If we hit the blue sphere, we want our interaction text to say take blue sphere. The interaction text that we just referenced above and created. And when we look at the place blue sphere, we want to say interact text.text place blue sphere. And for anything else, we're just gonna say interact text.text make its interaction text empty. If we didn't hit anything, actually looking at the sky or something, we're just gonna again make the interaction text empty. So what to do? Let's go ahead and create taking the object, putting it inside our inventory and placing it on the thing we actually want to place on. Let's actually create a very simple inventory system in here. So inventory, which actually holds a value for a boolean to actually check if we actually have the blue sphere or not. So I'm just going to create boolean. I'm going to say have blue sphere, which is equal to false by default because we don't have the blue sphere. When we interact with this blue sphere thing, we're just gonna add something here and say and have blue sphere is equal to false. If we look at the blue sphere and we actually don't have it, we can go ahead and tell the interaction text to say take the blue sphere. And it's exactly the same thing inside placing the blue sphere. If we don't have it, we can't actually place it. So we're just gonna say and have blue sphere this time should be true. If we actually have the blue sphere, we can go ahead and say place blue sphere. Let's go ahead and create the interaction function. We're just gonna say if we look at the blue sphere and we actually don't have it in our inventory, we're just gonna say if we actually click on the left mouse button, we're just gonna say input dot get mouse button 0. We're just gonna go ahead and say bs take to be deactivated, bs take dot set active false, bs held dot set active true. We want to take it and we're gonna hold it in our hand. And we're just gonna say have blue sphere equal to true. Now we have it inside our inventory. Once we place it, we're just gonna say if again input.get key down, get mouse button down 0. This time we're just gonna say bs held dot set active false. We don't have it inside our hand, and we're gonna say bs place dot set active true. We're gonna place it on the object, we no longer have it. So we say have blue sphere, false. So that's a very simple way to do it. We can actually go ahead and check it out. As I said, I'm gonna give my script to my camera. Let's go to our camera. This is my camera. I'm gonna drag and drop my script to my camera. It needs BS take, which is this one, blue sphere take, blue sphere held, which is this one inside our camera, and BS placed, which is this one. And it actually needs an interaction text. I'm gonna drag and drop my interaction text to it. With all that done, we can go ahead and check it out. So we can't see anything because we can't interact with it. We can go ahead. You see it says take blue sphere, and we look anywhere else, it says nothing. And when I say this, it actually takes the object inside our hand. We can go ahead, and then once we are here, it actually is 10. 10 is actually a lot. We can interact from here. You can make the interact distance less, and you say you place it here. As you see, there is a very weird bug happening, and I'm going to show you why. We just duplicated this, and because it has a tag of blue sphere, we can interact with this one and actually take it. So to actually fix this problem, you just have to go to your placement, the sphere we place, and just give its tag to untagged. But before checking it out, let's go ahead and make the distance less from 10 to 5, so we can't interact from far away. So we walk up to this, we take it, it is held in our hand, we come here and we place it. Done. So this was just part 1. Inside part 2, we're just gonna create different objects that we can place on different surfaces, and we're gonna actually add an audio for taking the object, and maybe we'll add an animation for the object moving while we're actually moving. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a like would be amazing. You can subscribe to see more contents like this. You can tell me any comments, any opinions, any scenarios, or any suggestions. I would be very happy to answer it, and if I can, I would actually cover it. Hope all the very best for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.